Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. But most importantly, I am also a founding resident of the town of Celebration, Florida, which is the town that Disney built. How's everybody doing? On Monday nights we have a show. I want to thank my YouTube producer, 𝐷𝐞𝐬𝐫. He provides us a lot of great content. Then he lives in Celebration, he and his family as well. And what we like to do is have a live show. This is for you to ask questions. Tell me where you're from. Let us know if there's anything in particular that you're interested in. But in the meantime, what we typically do is we'll do a video that has something to do with the town. We will also maybe show you a property. A lot of you like to look inside of homes. We have one that's getting ready to hit the market tonight. We do a 7-day recap telling you what's been going on with the real estate market, because if you're looking to move here, you might be wanting to know what the price ranges are, or maybe you're living here and it's time for you to right size. That's what I call right sizing instead of downsizing. And so it might be a good idea for you to know how the market's doing. And it's actually very healthy right now. And we also talk about what might be coming up this upcoming week, because there's a lot of good stuff that's going on. So I'm seeing people starting to come online now. I wanted to say hello to everyone. While we're doing that, why don't I go ahead and show you one of the things that's coming up this week in our wonderful town. There's going to be a jazz night. How cool is that? I really like when they have these music events in the town of Celebration. Dee and I have actually spoken that we really feel like it's an anointed town. We feel like there's a lot of songwriters that are out there, and we want to be doing some stuff with that, but we'll talk more about that later. But this Thursday, because like I said, we talk about what's coming up for the week. On this Thursday night, there's a free concert, jazz night under the stars, and it's Nova Jazz. That's the name of the band, and it's from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's going to be by Lakeside Park. And if you want, you can bring a blanket to sit on. They do have some seats, but it's limited, so it's going to be based upon availability. And the other great thing is Reggiano's, which, by the way, I was there for lunch today with the CEO of Advent Health, Amanda. And I've got to tell you, we have got a really amazing hospital that is in our town. We're going to be doing some videos. You're not going to believe some of the stuff that's coming out of this hospital right here. I am talking cutting edge. If you know of anybody that has Parkinson's and has a tremor type of thing, I would encourage you to get a hold of me so that I can get them in contact with Celebration Hospital. They're doing things, they're doing very minor little zaps right on the brain at the right point and stopping people that are shaking with tremors from Parkinson's. They are working on some other great things that we're going to be talking about, even with some tumors where ultrasound kind of stuff is breaking up tumors, and just unbelievable, wonderful stuff. And it's so exciting to have Amanda there as the CEO. She's going to be educating a lot of us in regards to all these wonderful things, new wonderful things I had never heard of before. We're going to be producing some videos on that. But in the meantime, Reggiano's is going to be providing some food. If you want to buy some food, they've got some of the best meatballs I've ever had my entire life. But if you want to on Thursday night, I hope the weather, I think it's going to be nice. You go downtown and you show your resident ID, and you're able to enjoy a wonderful concert there. Okay, here I am back again. All right, so what would be something good? I want to always let you know we have this opening ditty because we are Celebration residents. I am a founding resident here, been living here for over, 27 years. And I thought this was a cute intro for our show on Monday nights. Here you go. Let me know what you think. Information on Celebration. If you haven't gone to our Near Disney YouTube channel, please subscribe and like, because we are constantly putting out information on that 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. I've been saying Cinderella's Castle for a long time, and one of our viewers said, Kim, technically it's more correct to call Cinderella Castle because that's what it's called. So I'm trying to figure out, what do you guys think? Should I call it Cinderella's Castle or by the nomenclature of Cinderella Castle? It feels more natural for me to say that it's Cinderella's castle, and especially since one of our Realtor Dream Team members is Cinderella, I'd like to ask her what she thinks on that as well. But we do 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle, and we have over 500 videos that are up on the Near Disney YouTube channel, one of which in particular, our best performing, the one that most everybody loves, is on Celebration. And for those of you that don't know, I had originally worked with Disney before I was in real estate, had the opportunity to work with Michael Eisner, knew that Celebration was coming into play before the public did. And I provide a lot of great information with regard to the history of Celebration and some insights that a lot of people say that they've never heard of before. So hopefully you'll be able to check that out. And of course, we also have Celebration Porch. There's back porch, side porch, front porch, all that stuff. But if you go to Celebration Porch for a Facebook group, that is something that we do administer. Hey, Ray. I'm so excited. Ray he has a wonderful property that was closed today. And I understand good news from Elijah Lewis, our Prince of Real Estate, Ray, that you may have found a perfect spot that you're going to move to next. And I love that. That's a testimony that Celebration residents typically don't leave Celebration. They just move around Celebration. And so I'm excited to hear that news, Ray. I was with Elijah today and he was filling me in all the details. Yes. Thank you. Elijah is great. I absolutely agree. Thank you for saying that. He and I spent a good amount of time today, and he said that he's very patient. Is that what you said? Oh, he's patient with me. I know that. So thank you for saying that. I think that's wonderful. All right. So one of the properties that we are putting on the market tonight, I'm going to show you inside an insider's view, because I know a lot of you don't necessarily get to see this. This will be the least, Dee just said, just check Disney's website, and it is called Cinderella Castle, not Cinderella's Castle. Okay, I will correct myself. Cinderella Castle. Thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. Very good. Cinderella Castle. All right. We do 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. All right. Very good. Okay. I'm going to have to rethink my brain, but I can do it. So many of you will ask, what's the starting price point for a single family home in Celebration? Celebration is one of the more expensive areas of Central Florida, but you get a lot here. You have a community, you have a downtown that's bustling. Many people like the fact that they don't necessarily have to get in a car and drive around. They feel like they can either walk or get on a bicycle and get to a lot of cool restaurants, and there's wonderful bars. We have a place that we kind of consider our own Cheers. That's the Celebration Town Tavern. Today I was at Reggiano's, like I said, having lunch with Amanda from Celebration Health and just learning about all the incredible things. Our hospital, you guys, looks like a resort. Would you agree? Those of you that are watching, I see more and more of you popping on. I remember going to have an open MRI there. MRIs sometimes can be a little daunting because you feel like you're enclosed. Well, we have an open MRI at Celebration Hospital. And not only do they do that, they have like beach scenes that are painted on the walls and the hallways going back to the MRI. And they pump in coconut smells and seagulls sounds so they relax you by the time that you go in to have an MRI. I mean, it's very thoughtful, great stuff. And, they have a cafeteria there, vegetarian, amazing, good, really good food, very affordable. And you don't necessarily have to be going into the hospital for something. You can actually go to that cafeteria and have a nice lunch. And of course, the fitness center there, 60,000 square foot of fitness center. I was recounting a story with Amanda today. I remember when Michael Phelps came to town during the Olympics. So this was early on in Celebration. And as many of you know, with an athlete, even if they try to go on vacation, they still typically have to train. And Michael needed to train. So where would he go when he was invited to come to Disney? Because it was, where are you going next? I'm going to Walt Disney World, right? And Disney would do things like have a parade for these athletes. You would see Yes, Ray, you're right. This gym, amazing gym, 60,000 square feet, fabulous. And it's got an Olympic size swimming pool. And so Michael Phelps was there. And this was back before, I want to say this was really back before people would text and say something's happening. But I want to say the Celebration Porch Facebook group might have been on or whatever. But somebody had said, oh, Michael Phelps is at Celebration Hospital at the fitness center. And before you know it, there was like 100 families there with kids. And Michael Phelps couldn't have been nicer. He signed autographs for people after he finished training and just really delightful. But that fitness center is a showplace. It's great. And I remember as well with the ESPN area, for those of you watching up north or Miami, or we're getting a lot of people from Miami, by the way. Thank you for, you can always call me here at my number, but especially if somebody feels most comfortable speaking Spanish while they're trying to do a transaction. Remember, we have a Latin realtor, Latin princess realtor, Tanya, who's amazing, speaks Spanish fluently. And we also have Portuguese proficient, my YouTube producer, and his family. So amazing, amazing. But as people are coming into Celebration and they drive past our hospital, it looks more like a resort. And so we are very blessed with that as well. So before I go much further, I want to go ahead and show you, let me make sure, I think this is a video that talks about the newest listing, the most economically priced single family home in Celebration, under 700,000, just shy of 700,000. Here you go, and I'll be back right after it's done.
What am I going to do with that? And then all of a sudden,
wrong one, guys. My apologies. Let's go here. Doesn't that look charming? And you know what I love too? It's in a section of Celebration that I call Aquila. Actually, Rod and I lived in that Aquila section, which is off at East Village. And it's nice when you walk out of that home, which is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, by the way, with an attached 2-car garage. It's within walking distance of a very pretty lake, walking trails, and all that kind of good stuff. So that is news there. I mentioned Tanya, we've mentioned Elijah, actually we mentioned Virginia, who's Cinderella, and we have another Realtor Dream Team member by the name of Sue. We call her Aurora, which who knows what's Aurora? Who is Aurora? Do you know who that is? Sleeping Beauty, maybe? Yeah, Sleeping Beauty. I find it ironic that we call her Sleeping Beauty because she works so hard. She probably never sleeps. But this may apply some of you in Celebration who are at the point now where you're like, I want to go ahead and cash out. I've got a lot of equity in my home. I'm over 55 years old, and I wanted a retirement community close by. I like still living close to Disney parks and all that fun stuff. Sue, who is Sleeping Beauty, sent me this today, and I think it's hot off the press. I thought it might be worthy. Some of you may even have parents that are living with you that have decided that they want to go have their own place. But there's a place called Four Seasons, and it's one exit from Celebration. You take the 429. 429 is going to be the Sinclair exit. Actually, that's where Illuminate Church is. My church family, love them. Right past that, there is a 55 plus really gorgeous gated community. And they are doing $125,000 off. Yes, I said that. $125,000 off a couple of the properties that they have for sale. If you're able to close, I think in May, one might be like in April. But if the price point, say, was $622,000 and you take $125,000 off of that, that's in that high 400 range. And that's a home, the St. Lucia, which it's one of my favorite plans, 2,063 square feet, all on one floor. So for those of you that are looking for that or have a family member, please call me, text me, or whatever. I'll put you in touch with Sue. And she's our expert over in that area. So like I said, we've got you covered in that 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. Okay, I said it. It worked that well. Okay, I gotcha. So before I get into what's been going on the last 7 days with real estate, one of the things that we've been doing is a series on home makeovers. There's a lot of you out there that may be living in a house that's 20 years old at this point, 25 years old, and it's time. It's time for renovations. And it's so key to be able to plug in when you have the right contractors, when you have the right interior designers, decorators, all that kind of good stuff. And so Rod and I, my husband and I, bought a home on Runner Oak, which is in East Village of Celebration, and brought the house down to the studs. And we wanted to prove that it could be done with some really wonderful people. Our contractors were Sandro and his wife, Raquel. I have speak very, very highly of them. They are people that you can connect with, even if you just wanted to change your floors out. You don't have to completely take a house down to the studs like we did, but I wanted to show you examples of what you can get done. They took about 3,000 square feet and within 2 months completely finished this house. And we're sitting in the YouTube studio right now. Less than 2 months. Excuse me. That's pretty incredible. They actually had the first floor completely done, kitchen, everything, 1 month. 1 month. So it kind of makes me concerned sometimes when I hear somebody say, oh, I just finished my kitchen renovation and it took me 7 months. It shouldn't take you that long. And as long as you have Sandra and Raquel, Kim Keaton was critical for us too. She was an interior decorator that helped me make quick decisions. I wanted a glam kind of a feel. But anyway, one of our last videos that we did on the final touches, I wanted to share with you. Forgive the tears, because there were a couple of little emotional moments for the final stages. I hope you enjoy it. And once again, I will be back at the end of the show to answer your questions. And I hope you enjoy.
Doing a series in regard to how to remodel a home. My husband and I have taken a home in Celebration, Florida, and we have taken it down to the studs, minus one room that looked like something from SeaWorld, because the former owner, Sue we love, had a SeaWorld mural painted on one of the rooms. But everything else brand new, and I'm getting ready to show you something that my husband hasn't seen. If you've been following along on our YouTube channel, Near Disney, please subscribe and like. you'll know that I tell stories about my family and my loved ones, our village, our core people, the people that live around this area. And Rod, my husband, R-O-D, not R-O-N, not R-O-B, but Rod, he's an incredible photographer. So as we were putting up artwork, I asked to look at some of his preferred artwork, and I'm getting ready to surprise him because my favorite handyman, Omar, came over earlier today with a tall ladder because we had a ledge that's when you first come into the house that I thought, what am I going to do with that? And then all of a sudden I thought, I want to honor my husband and I want to showcase his artwork. So Rod's getting ready to come inside now. He doesn't know that I've done this. Follow along. I want to take you inside and show you something I've been working on today. I was just sharing with everybody that Rod is an incredible photographer, and we have been in the final touches of a house, putting up artwork that we love, that we've bought at art auctions and collected over many years.
The place.
Yes. But if you walk a little bit farther this way, and honey, if you look up there.
Wow, look at that.
What is that?
Did you climb all the way up there?
I had a little help from Omar.
Okay. No, those are 3 of my favorite pictures that I took.
Those are 3 of my favorite photos that you've taken too. So now we're going to showcase your art, and we can't wait to show you a couple other really precious personal things that we've put in our home. And I hope you too, if you ever decide to remodel a house, you'll think of some personal things that'll make your house special to you as well. Hope you enjoy.
You'll love it. Welcome to our home.
So in a previous story, when we were talking about the remodel, we talked about this incredible door, but I didn't give you a lot of details. This door is called the Tree of Life. It's custom made. It was from a company that was in Maitland, but when we first starting a search, went everywhere, and finally it was on Etsy that I found that somebody could create something like this. This is a special piece to me. This is the door that goes into the YouTube studio. It's 250 pounds. So Sandro and Raquel, our contractors, helped me figure out what we needed in order to hang this barn door. But you can see a couple of things that we learned was that we had to have another piece behind the sliding bars in order to hold this door because it was so heavy. But what this means, it's the peace of God, and it means welcome into our house. So there's a little history on our home with our custom door that is the Tree of Life. We talked about this incredible washer dryer that we've gotten. It's all in one. It's GE. It's a smart washer dryer, and it's in a laundry room. So we've got something that's going to say laundry up above. The last time you were with us, I did not have this slider, this barn door slider here. I will share with you, I think it's one of the best things that we've done in the house. They came from Wayfair, and it's going to provide, you know, just keeping the noise away, which is really wonderful. The other thing that I wanted to point out that our contractors did was looking for spaces anywhere that they could so that we could have more storage. But this was something that I was able to do before moving. This was during the time when we were ordering things, you know, that prelim time. What I did was for example, I don't know about you guys, but I go crazy. I have a million different charging cords. And I was afraid to throw any of these away because I thought just about the time I throw it away, it would be something that I need. So now I have these packing cubes, and I wrote on there charging cords, right? So it helps me stay organized. And then up here, I might also have something that says swimming, you know, because there's a pool here. And then extra pens, because in the office, all those ink pens that I thought I had lost, guess what? When we were preparing to move, I found them all. And so now it's belonging in here. And then when we start to run out of something, we'll pull from here versus constantly just be buying things that we already have. Like 10 cans of Pam spray. I'm never going to buy Pam again. Okay, let's come check out our primary bathroom that they have built for us specifically. The contractors ended up working with the Bumpus organization, Danny Bumpus and his son, because we needed an architect. And believe it or not, they added another bedroom upstairs and a full bath, because the idea is I wanted to have a primary upstairs and downstairs. I think it's good for resale, and it's also really great because if my father ever decides that he wants to come live with us, then we're all set when he's ready. But look at the amount of space. Now, we're not completely finished with decorating this primary bedroom because we're also waiting for a couple of things. Pam Shaw is going to be providing the plantation shutters and everything, but I think the space ended up being pretty great. But the thing I really love is the primary bathroom that they've done. So let's show you. This is amazing in my opinion. Not every contractor is going to say, because there was no plumbing that was up here. They had to be, jackhammering into concrete and pulling things up and making sure that the county got the approvals. Remember, they did all of this stuff within 2 months. So once again, like I said, I'm a big fan of these type of barn doors because if you have a regular door and you're having to open it and close, see what happens, it's going to start taking up some of your space. So this helps. And then where the toilet area is for privacy, same type of door, Wayfair. It was very affordable. Love that it's nice and quiet. And then we have some bling. Kim Keaton, our designer, I was able to, hourly rate. She will say to you, okay, here's some lights that I think you might like and that type of thing. You've seen the mirror that lights up. And then what our contractors did was we said, okay, the AC unit's behind that, but there's a lot of space. Can you create, once again, some more storage for us? So look how thick this is, and then I'm able to put towels and everything. But this is really the big surprise of the house, I believe. They created this amazing, this is a 72-inch long bathtub, and it was actually Rod that loved that the most. And then Kim Keaton, things that helped me, this tile work that I love, it's got some glam. And then the shower, this is a smaller version of the shower that we have downstairs. This is one of those showers that will sing. If you haven't gotten a chance, check some of the previous videos and I'll show you how the music comes through, there's lights. But this glam tile work around here really was wonderful. The crown molding that the team did, I was very impressed with. I didn't feel like I needed to have a door between here and the closet. This closet did not exist, by the way, and they customized it. Come on in and check out the closet. Forgive it, it's not completely tidy yet, but come on in. So what you want to do is you want to tell your contractor, these are approximately how many clothes I have, how many shoes. If you want to have an island, if you have enough room for an island, the drawers, the slots so that you can put your shoes. I wanted to have glam, so there's a chandelier in the closet as well. And then I wanted to have a ladder, a rolling ladder, because I have some purses and everything that I wanted to put up top, but I'm only 5'6", so I needed a little bit more help with the height. Then I have something that I don't know if many people have heard, but I call it a prayer closet, But it's also where I get ready a lot of times for the day, and it's right around the corner, and it's my space. And we've talked about some of the things that were very inventive. What happened was Sandro and Raquel knew that I was hoping that after dirty clothes come off of the closet and you're done with the day, there's this pass-through that goes into the laundry room, and there's a basket there. And so when you're finished, you can just do the pass-through here, and then you're not schlepping your luggage and your laundry all over the place. So prayer closet here. My space, which is sweet, but this is Astoria, and I wanted to thank Jan. I know a lot of you guys have been wonderful in following along with the story, and I'm going to end it here because it might make me tear up. So, my mom passed away in October, and when we were packing to move from the last house to this house, I realized that one of the gifts she had given me, she knew that I like an artist. My husband and I are into art, and Muka is an artist. And when we had gone to an area that there was a lot of Muka art, I drugged my husband all around that city, and he was so sweet. He would take me any place. It was like, oh, they might have a coaster that has Muka or whatever. So this is tile work from Muka. My mother, in one of the last homes we had created some stained glass to put up in the ceiling of a home of ours, had a truck delivered. It was so special. And I felt her presence there. And when we sold the house, we weren't able to take it with us. It just didn't make sense. It was backlit. It was absolutely gorgeous. And so when we were unpacking for this house, I found these tiles. And that day, my sweet father had said, as I want to give you a housewarming gift. What would you like? And so the tile guy was here, 𝐄𝐬𝐫. And I said to 𝐄𝐬𝐫, I know what I want to do with that money. Would you please help me put up this tile? So in my prayer closet, my mother is right beside me. I'm sorry for the tears, but I think it's important when you've got special people in your life to still carry them along with you. And anyway, thank you for joining us on this journey. I hope you liked it. I hope there were some things that maybe that you might have learned or you liked. Thank you, Jan, for pushing me to tell the story about what my mom gave me. It's a good way for me to end this series. And thank you so much. If you guys ever need any help with anything, you know my telephone number is below. And we are here to help and serve. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye. Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
Oh, thank you. Somebody just told me I'm muted. So I just wanted to say God bless my mom and thank you, Dee, for that video. And hopefully the series, there have been some things that have been helpful to people. That washer dryer, if you didn't get a chance to see that, there was a all-in-one washer dryer that we installed in the house, and it works beautifully. You put your clothes in, and it knows when it finishes washing, and then it starts drying all by itself. And so 2 hours, you are done. And it's something where you don't have to take the clothes out of the washing machine and then put it into a dryer. And so that's worked well. So lots of good nuggets that came out of this series. And I just really would encourage you, if you're thinking about renovating or remodeling, give me a call, text me, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to put you in touch with the wonderful people that I had the experience of working with. They're really great. And you've got wonderful people too, like the Omars that are out there helping people move. Veeder is another person that's incredible that helped us move some things around. We were part of the porch and yard sale on Sunday because we had one last thing we needed to do with the other house, which was the garage, move everything out of the garage. And you forget about how overwhelming that can be, but it's not overwhelming when you have access to Veeder, you have access to Omar, and you have just wonderful people. And so that's where you can tap into me by texting me, usually is the best way to reach out. And I'd be more than happy to tell you who I would recommend on these things. All right. So we always end the show with presenting a screen that will show you what's been going on in the market in the last 7 days, right? So for celebration today, there isn't a lot of inventory still, because remember, I've been here when on average there were over 440 properties for sale, and that was considered normal. And today I think there's 89 total. So you realize there's not a lot on the market. And then of which only 29 of those are single family homes, right? So single family homes, 29. So let's look at what's happened the last 7 days. So of the 89, look how much inventory has actually been touched, 24 touch points over the last 7 days. And the reason why I bring that to your attention is I'm looking and I'm seeing there's only 4 new properties that are on the market, 4. And I showed you one of those today. So you had access to know the most economically priced single family home on the market right now is $698,000. It's back in the Aquila section. It's one of our listings. It's 1,776 square feet. It's got an attached 2-car garage, and it's close to the walking trails and lake back there. So that's great. And then what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing 7 pending properties. So if 4 properties came on active and 7 pended, what is that telling me? There's more going off of the market than staying on. I don't know why I have a balloon in front of my face, but anyway, I've never had that happen before. So 7 took contracts, 4 came on active. That's telling me that the market's getting depleted even more, right? Because everybody wants to live here in Celebration. Then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 solds. 9 solds within the last 7 days. Hey, Shelly Hamilton, thank you for your thumbs up. I appreciate that. And then what I typically will do too is I will show you the most expensive property that sold to give you an idea. And that was an estate up on Golf Park, 808 Golf Park. It was a 6-bedroom, 6.5 bath estate, pretty large home, 6,493 square feet. It was on a corner lot, Golf Park and campus, and it sold for $2.3 million. $2.3 million. Okay. So anyway, if there's ever anything that me and my team can help you with, real estate wise, etc., please give me a call or text me 407-808-9845. Otherwise, on Wednesday nights, my Realtor Dream Team goes live at 7 p.m. Wednesday, yes, where they will talk about that 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. And then on Fridays, we have an evergreen video that we share that could be about just about anything. Yeah. All right. Well, I've kept you long enough. Thank you to everyone. Congratulations, Ray. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations, Elijah. And we will be talking to you guys real soon. Take care. God bless.